And it's Sunday, and Amazon, I just started opening it. I got to get that out there, but I ain't got a clue what in the world. Thing's heavy too. I ain't got nothing on order from Amazon. It is. Why are they delivering on Sunday? Well, can y'all see what I see? Somebody has sent me a 10-pound box of milk. Oh my gosh. A 10-pound box of milk bone. I guess this is keep me from having to buy a milk bone for my dog friend along my camp. Who in the world is oh my gosh. Medium size. That's for Roxy and Mitch and Hank and T-Bone. Oh my gosh. Oh Lord damn. 10, but there's some card or something. See who sent me that. Oh darn. I'll pick it up in a minute, folks. Matter of fact, that might be my tray. Oh my. Dog snacks. A gift for you. Hi Russell. Enjoy your gift from Granny Doe. Granny Doe. Thank you, dear. Well, I had a couple of subscribers thinking I was shoplifting milk bones out of Publix because they didn't see me checking them out, but I always had them with me. Okay, you two subscribers thinking I was shoplifting. Tell me how I shoplifted this. Oh my gosh, and a billfold with a chain on it. And I guess I know what that's coming from. Oh man, how can I open this? Granny Doe. Granny Doe, you. She sent me the nicest comment or note the other day. It was so sweet. And here, this is, wow. Oh boy, this is one of them, how can I cut that loose? Oh. Dickies. Well, at least now I won't leaving my billfold. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll have to. Well, if I'm wearing my overalls, I can snap it to them. But if I'm wearing my stretchies, I can hook it to my to my cart. Oh my gosh. It's a neat billfold. That's a neat. Oh, that's got a whatchamacallit in it. One of them. No, it's not what I thought it was. Well, I'll be sure now. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Granny Dog. Get up a box of dog bones. And you know what? All these dogs on my can route, they love the milk bones. But my baby sitting right there, she don't like them. She don't like them. And I don't know why. Now, I got... and it's Sunday. They're delivering on Sunday. Holy cow. Folks, I can remember... I'm going to talk to you in a minute. You know what? Yeah, it's recording. Now hurry up, or you're gonna forget what you're gonna talk about. I was gonna say, you remember back in the day? A lot of you are not gonna remember this, because part of this is reaching way back when businesses would close a half a day on Wednesday. 12 o'clock, the sidewalks rolled up. You couldn't go buy anything. Nothing was open. And the reason for that was, it got started back in World War II. People needed to start making do with what they got or what they could grow in their garden and stuff. And Wednesday, you worked in your garden on the weekends, and you worked in your garden a half a day on Wednesday for what they call a victory garden. I did a video about that a good while back, but that was called a victory garden, and that was why things closed up half a day on Wednesday. And also, you couldn't buy anything much on, you could Saturday, but Sunday, no way, nothing was there. And a lot of places, it was you couldn't sell stuff on Sunday. But, and it was like that up till, geez, 60s. Things weren't staying open on Sunday. And like if you needed an auto part or something, something broke on your car, you couldn't get it on Sunday. Unless you knew a friend like I did. I had a friend that was a manager of an auto parts store, and this was up in the mountains when I was living up in the mountains in Nantahala. And I desperately needed a part to get my car going so I could go to work on Monday. And his name was Ronnie Adams, and he managed the Town Auto Parts, the town that was close to me there, and he was a friend of mine. And I got somebody to head me straight over to his house in town, which was about 15 miles away, and told him I was desperate and needed a part. And he was more than willing to go down there and open that store up and get me the part I needed. But he said, you're gonna have to wait now for a couple of hours. So what do you think he was talking about? Well, when I got to his house, he was getting ready to go to church. So he wasn't gonna do it without, he said, I'll do it after church. So there wasn't nothing else open. The drugstore, there was nothing open. There was no grocery store, nothing. So I sit down there in his parking lot at that auto parts for a little over 2 hours. And true to his word, he come over, opened up, and got me the part I needed. But it used to be like that. You didn't nobody trade on Sunday. The only thing that was working on Sunday was the police department and the hospital, stuff like that, you know. But there won't no trading on Sunday. And back when them and the half-day Wednesday thing, that held true on up into the 50s. That it was like that. I'm thinking, I'm sitting here looking at this box. I got my hat sitting on the milk bottle. Oh my gosh. Granny Doe. Yeah. That lady's done a lot for me in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Golly, man. Oh. Man, I still have, golly, man. Oh, Lord, shoot. I ain't got much done today. I wasn't trying to do much today, and but this game, I couldn't imagine what that was, and then the weight of it, what in the world is in there? And there it is, Granny Doe. I sure do appreciate it, dear. Lord have mercy. I think she lives in California or somewhere out there. Somewhere out there, and got me a nice billfold with a chain on it. For sure, if I use that, I won't be leaving it behind no more, or letting it fall off in the dirt or the pavement, whatever. I got this. This is the half of it looks like silver bowl. But I had to cut it in half because it's not magnetic. It's too heavy. Somebody told me it was copper, silver-plated copper. I don't know. Copper-plated tin, I don't know. I ain't gonna worry about it. What are you doing out here wrapped up in a sheet?
Well, one, it's my, I don't know.
What do you think of this?
You like it?
You like it?
Yeah, Bailey can eat it.
What do you think about this?
What's that?
It's a billfold. And
Nice.
I clip it to my belt and I won't be losing it no more.
That's good.
A lady friend sent me that.
Yeah, head.
What are you doing out here with a sheet wrapped around you? You're in your drawers, ain't you?
I'm not in my drawers. I'm something else.
Jay, are you naked?
Yes.
You gotta quit that.
I'm sorry, man.
No, you ain't sorry. You sorry you'd do it again. All right, buddy. I don't do that. Gee whiz. I swear. He turned around and walked off and flashed his butt at me. We ain't raised him. I don't know why he does that. He ain't ashamed of you. You ain't supposed to be ashamed of your body anyway, but you ain't supposed to be flashing it around. And I told my daughter, so I said, you need to jump up and down and really get upset with him doing that. I said, besides, if that was a daughter, you'd be having a conniption fit if she was doing that. I mean, he don't do it vulgar or anything. It just don't. I don't know. I don't know. Of course, he's not as bad as he used to be. Of course, there was a time, man, if you didn't watch him real close, he'd be out that front door in the yard. And when we lived in the apartment, one time he was running around out there on the basketball court trying to shoot basketball hoops, buck naked. And me and my wife and Donovan, we was going to Citrus. We was bringing more stuff over. We had just moved. And Joey, my grandson, is 20 or 21. He was 12 at the time, and he was watching him. And Joey was sitting in there, and he fell asleep. And Jaden, buck naked, out that door, over to the basketball court. And the police came. And they got Jay, took him back to his house. Somebody showed him where he lived, to the apartment, and they went in and found Joey, and Joey was sitting in there asleep. And I was when we got there, they called us on our cell phone, and when we got there, Joey was devastated by it, you know, and I was starting to get on him, and this police officer, lady police officer, said, "Sir, he's just 12 years old." And, you know, she was right. He was just a kid, and he was tired. Oh, my. Shooting hoops in the nude. Oh, yep, shooting hoops. That, maybe I'll title this video, Shooting Hoops in the Nude and Milk Bones. Oh my gosh, I love my baby so much, and you know, life is full of stuff, and you know, I don't recall this. Maybe this is one I didn't take in yet, and no, I ain't took it in yet, because there's a bunch of gold on them. Yep, sure is. How about that? I love these things. Yeah, there's some chips on the back, and there's, I wonder if there's anything under. No. But yeah, there's all kind of gold on this thing. Yeah, shooting hoops in the nude. 2 o'clock almost in the afternoon, and I'm still drinking coffee. Trying to think if I need to run the Publix or anything today, but well, I guess that's the way I hesitate when I can't think of what I was going to say. But oh, here's something else I'll say. My oldest baby, not my oldest baby. My oldest baby's my daughter, but my next to my oldest baby, Donovan. This was one of them yard things that you stick in the yard and plug it in, and it shoots these little designs all over your house for Christmas. And I took it out here and tested it, and guess what? It works. I guess I must say now that I'm gonna say that it did work. The other day we was gathering up some stuff to take to the scrap yard, and my grandson come out here and got happy with the nippers and cutting wires, and you have to watch him. He cut the wire right off of that, and there's no way I can hook another one back up to it. I can't even get into it to do it. So this junk, scrap. But that's not the first time he's cut stuff like that. He just, it doesn't occur to him. You know, he's one with CP and a couple other things. Sometimes I think he's almost autistic too. But he's 30 now. Me and that boy had some times though. We went to Boy Scout. He joined the Boy Scouts in his first grade, or Cub Scout. Went all the way through the Cub Scout and then to the Boy Scouts, and got done with that, and still went 2 more years. Still went. We went a total of 14 years. And of course, I was involved with the troop, and I was assistant scoutmaster, and I was this and that and all that stuff. And I was a counselor for some merit badges, and I had a ball. Absolutely had a ball, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I met some of the finest people. Well, all people that I'll find for me, but I'm just saying people that I normally wouldn't have met, you know, like police officers, school teachers, doctors, you know, just all kind of people that I wouldn't have become. I mean, it's like one guy was a doctor, and when we was out and about on camp outs and hikes and stuff, I didn't call him Dr. So-and-so, I called him Phil. You know, and you know, when a police officer you out and about and you run into him about something, most time you, out of respect, you call him Officer so-and-so and stuff like that. But when we was out on these summer camp trips and stuff, it wasn't Officer so-and-so, it was Robbie Morin. Great guy. Had I don't know how far his oldest son went in the Scouts. He kind of lost interest. I don't know. I mean, he went pretty far, but I don't think he went as far as Donovan did. But I remember when he first come into the Cub Scouts, Donovan was like a wolf or something at that rank anyway. And he joined the Cub Scout pack with his first grade son, Chris. And he took over the leadership role of his in his pack, you know. He wasn't the pack master, whatever. I can't remember if that's what you call him or not. But he eventually he took over the complete leadership of that pack, Pack 504, and that pack flourished. It just flourished when he was there. And when Donovan crossed over from the Cub Scouts to the Boy Scouts, you know, he got his Arrow of Light, and that's the highest honor you can get in the Cub Scouts. And when he crossed over that bridge and all that stuff, and Donovan almost looked at Robbie was the Cub Master, and he almost had tears in his eyes, and he knew this was his last deal at the Cub Scout pack. And he asked Robbie, he said, well, can I come back for a visit sometime? Donovan didn't want to go. He did not want to go, and that was so sad. And Robbie told him, you can come back anytime you want to. And Robbie's retired now. He was like a sergeant. He was a deputy sheriff. And Robbie was the one that finally got him in the Cub Scouts where he would get on a canoe. And I think I've got pictures of that. And that he finally got him to sit there. It was sitting there at the dock, you know, and Robbie talked him into the canoe, and then he eased away from the dock, but Donovan was holding on to the dock. He got maybe a foot out. He never did let go, and then he went about 2 or 3 feet down the side of the dock, and Donovan holding on. And because Donovan had a fear, it wasn't a fear it was a balance thing, you know, the water moving and stuff like that. And but I don't know if he overcome that or not, because when we was in Boy Scouts, we did take some canoe trips and stuff. And one day we got started late getting to where we were going. It was on the Swanee River, and Donovan was going to have to get in a canoe, and so Mr. Olson was the scoutmaster, said, Donovan, I want you to ride with me in my canoe. And so in the canoe was Mr. Olson, the scoutmaster, and his wife, and Donovan. And it was getting dark, which we wasn't meaning to be running after dark, but it turned out we did. And you could hear guys going down the river, and every once in a while I'd hear Donovan hollering, Poppy, Poppy, get me out of here. Bless his heart. Oh, don't you cry, Dauber. Dadgone it. Yeah, Poppy, get me out of here. Bless his heart, he was scared to death. It had something to do with the balance problem he had with the cerebral palsy, but by dang, he went through it, the whole thing. He didn't make Eagle, and I partly blame myself for that, because I was older and I wasn't able. I was probably able, I don't know why. I just didn't push him real hard to do it. He was almost there to make an Eagle. And they even gave him, at 18, if you ain't made it, you're no longer eligible to make it. And the Scout, they even gave him 2 more years to make it, and we didn't do it. But by dang, he went through it. He graduated high school, all that stuff. He did it. And no, he's not working now. He's not able to hold a job and all that. But by dang, he... What the heck is wrong with me? He made it. Yeah. I don't know why I'm like I am, guys. I really don't. I hate... It seems like I get worse about this. The older I get, the more emotional I get about things. I don't mean to. Oh. Crazy old man. Okay. Enough of that. My boy made it. I don't care what people think. I still have family where there ain't nothing wrong with him, just needs to get off his butt and get a job. Well, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. And that is so... That is so insensitive when people have comments like that about somebody that they know there's something wrong. They know he's challenged mentally and physically. And I've seen them do it. I even see them doing it to people like Crazy Family too, about people like Alan, you know, and even you know there's something wrong. I mean, it's so obvious, but they do it. They're so insensitive. And what really kills me is that Donovan, 30 years old, and he's got friends from the Boy Scouts in high school and stuff. Matter of fact, one of his classmates works over here at this Publix, Josh. He's got a couple of other friends of his from Scouts. They're deputy sheriffs and got married and got kids and stuff like that, you know. And I wonder if that bothers him to see what some of his friends have done and what he can't do or hasn't done. I mean, for years there, when me and my wife was taking care of his finance, you know, he got a disability check and all that stuff, and then I give it up and my daughters took over, and so he doesn't have control of his finances, because if he's got it in his hand, he don't think about tomorrow. He thinks about something he wants, and he's got the money right there, and he'll go get it if he's got the money. And I just wonder if that bothers him. It just breaks my dang heart. Breaks my heart. Anyway, on a happier note, I got me a chain and a billfold, and that is neat. I thank you, Granny, Granny Doe and the milk bones. Oh my goodness. I think I'm gonna close this out. And I couldn't imagine what that was. It should have dawned on me that it was something from Granny Doe, because she had sent me a message wanting to know my mailing address. And so there it is, folks. How about that? Oh, man. Lord have mercy. I thought